Gardening can be a way to save money, but then how do you save money in your garden to then also save money? Hi, everybody. This is Aubrey from Crybaby Sonoma Homestead, and today I'm talking to you about 10 ways you can save money in your garden. And I would say the number one way is a baseline ingredient to your garden, which is soil. One of the ways I save soil is I make my own soil through just gathering leaves. I will add mulch, I'll add twigs and all different kinds of debris from the yard. And I just will like layer it lasagna method style where you have like dry, green, and then I'll put a couple handfuls of soil in there. If I find an earthworm, I'll toss it in. And I'll add things like banana peels and apple cores and peel like fruits and vegetable cores and peels to my like to a pot, and I'll fill it like more than halfway with materials from around the property, whatever I have on hand. And that's something that you can do too. It depends on like what property you have you're accessible to, but you can use all different types of materials. I have this big oversized cherry tree in the backyard that has a lot of foliage, and I just stripped off some of the leaves. I was like, you know what, that tree is not doing much for me because it's a sour variety that's really more for wildlife. I have a cardoon over here. Some of the leaves are self like blanching in themselves. They're just like not doing much for the plant anymore, not really photosynthesizing. So I use the lower leaves on that. I'd use gloves if I were you, if you're taking off the cardoon leaves because they're kind of sticky, little prickly. But those cardoon leaves were amazing. They were so great for the soil, and I will definitely, it's worth growing them just for that. Like you think about like if you grow sunflowers, when the sunflower is dead and you harvest the head of the sunflower for the seeds, you can use the stalks, chop them up, add them to your compost. And I basically am composting in place because I'll do layers of layers of layers, and then the top several inches will be, good topsoil that I use that I plant directly into it. By the time the roots of the plants I'm planting get deep enough, the things that I put in here will have broken down. So I'll put things lower to the bottom that I think will take longer to decompose. But I mean, I'm just literally using everything. I have a little bit of sawdust, I had some wood chips, I had some, I even added weeds. When I'm planting the weeds though, I will make sure I only include the leaves, not the stems, especially if it's something that can root from the stems. So if I want to use weeds, I will also like lay them out in the hot sun and let them completely crisp up so there's no life left in them. And then I'll add that to my soil. So I don't end up accidentally propagating weeds in with my plants I'm trying to grow. But it's my way of reclaiming the nutrients that they took from my soil by, letting them, I call it the death shelf of my greenhouse. I'll place them sometimes on the top shelf where they'll just like totally brown up and crisp up so that they won't end up being able to propagate or grow. And so I just take clippings. Um, Everything ends up getting reused in my garden. I love reusing materials, from weeds to things if you're kind of pruning out bits and pieces, all get added in there. Kitchen scraps, I don't use like meat and eggs and that kind of stuff. If I'm using the eggshells, it's something that maybe I boiled some eggs, I'll put some eggshells in there. If I find earthworms, I put them in. Now, if it rains, over rains, I'll save the earthworms from the cement and put them into my compost. Here I'm showing you a second way of saving money, which is to make your own fertilizer. In a Dollar Tree pitcher, I just actually am taking weed leaves like dandelions, hairy cat's ear, just the leaves. I'm letting the plants still grow. I know that sounds crazy. I'm letting the weeds keep growing. I've got some bindweed in there. Um, I've got some other things. And then I let it kind of steep for a couple days and I pour it on my plants. Another way, the third way for saving money is to make your own seed trays. Seed trays can be very expensive. So I use whatever I have. Like there I have a paper container for my classroom, and then I had some water cups. I don't recommend that you go and get water cups to do this, but whatever you have on hand. I also make my own seed packets. Here's I'm using a template that I can't really share, but I'll share another one with you in a minute. I also use bulk seeds. So I'll buy seeds in bulk of things I know I like or things I know I can share. So I have like dill and now I'm going to make some more seed packets using anything I have on hand. Leftover wrapping paper, seed orders, like seed catalogs. And I've just used a index card to kind of give myself a basic shape so that they're more like streamlined, that they're similar in shape and size. So I just basically wrap them like a present, and then there you have a seed packet. And what's kind of nice about the actual seed catalogs is you could cut out the picture of the cauliflower or um, the tomato variety that you're growing and actually put the seeds in the packet that has that as a label. I think that's pretty neat. So I made a bunch up and I made another video. I'll link that below. But it's wonderful to make your own seed packets. Super cheap. The trade off is time. So if you have time, you can make it yourself. The do it yourself type things is how you're going to save money. So if you do your own make your own seed catalogs, or you take your seed catalogs and make them into seed packets, you're going to save some money. I also made up a template that I'm sharing with you for making your own seed packets, and you can customize the size and shape that you want it to be, and so forth. The trade-off is, again, it's your time. You're printing off the template, you're using some glue, and then you're actually assembling themselves. But you are saving a lot of money by making it yourself. Another way of saving money is to save seeds. So in my garden, after I planted something like these are some kind of brassica, probably I'm going to guess they're probably turnips, but um, I save turnip seeds, radish seeds, collards, every kind of seed you can do. Now some of them might be biennial, so you might need to leave a few plants in the ground over winter, and then the next year, the next spring and summer, you end up getting the seeds. So you make the investment up front of getting seeds to begin with, but then from then on, if you learn how to save your seeds, you only really need to buy the seeds one time, and then you save seeds from then on. And I always save back a few seeds in case they don't do very well. That way you have the originals from the previous years. Tomatillo seeds are easy. You can even leave them on the ground and the whole fruit decomposes, and then you have a husk filled with seeds. So that makes seed saving really easy. Ground cherries do the same thing. These are carrot seeds. You plant a carrot in the ground, you leave one or two over winter and let it, because it's a biennial, and you will have so many seeds. Now, do be careful because there are some lookalikes. But if you know that you planted carrots there, then you have your fertilized carrot seeds and they're viable, and you will just have more seeds than you ever know what to do with. So, growing, letting a few plants stay in the ground, that does mean you're not eating them. You're not eating the root, right? You let it stay in the ground one more season, one extra season, and you end up with lots of seeds. I also buy seeds in bulk. Now, maybe I'm going to make those popcorn seeds. I'm going to pop them. I'm going to eat the amaranth seeds. But a pinch, save a pinch, save a handful, and now you have seeds for your garden. So if you are growing sprouts and eating the greens, if you're sprouting and making microgreens and so forth, plant those. As long as the seeds are not cooked, they're not processed, they should be viable. So I look specifically for sprouting seeds or raw seeds. It's a wonderful way to get your seeds, an enormous amount of seeds for a good deal. Like here, I bought 5 pounds of Premier Calcium seeds. I can sprout them and eat them as sprouts and greens. I can share them. I can grow a whole farm of kale right here. I can give out kale seeds to all of my neighbors. And this is the cheapest way for sure. And then, like I said, again, let a few plants stay in the ground. They're biennial, and you'll have seeds the next year. I have not grown lentils yet, but I bought 2.5 pounds of lentil seeds with the idea that I will be growing my own lentils from those seeds and also being able to sprout those seeds after I've grown them and harvested them. Another way of saving money is to reuse and repurpose containers. For instance, I have a Keurig K-cup Keurig thing in my classroom. I actually didn't buy it. My student teacher gave it to me when she got a new one. So I didn't buy it. I do buy the K-cups. That means I'm not buying Starbucks. I'm not buying those fancy drinks. I am just making them in my own classroom. Super convenient. Then I clean it out and I plant things inside of them. I even sell some of those plants. I give those plants away as gifts. So I'm saving money on the gift I'm giving that I didn't have to pay for. I'm making money off those plants I'm selling and I'm not paying for the container. Even the little thing underneath is from an orange juice. So the little water reservoir I'm using is repurposed. I also buy things like from nuts.com. I'll buy raw seeds and nuts, and some of them we eat, some of them we sprout, and then some of them I plant. So it's like a 3-in-1. I love things that are versatile like that, where you can use it for one thing, but you can use it another way too. I also buy the sunflower seeds in bulk. You can also buy bird seed or like just wild bird seed. I'm often planting wild bird seed. I use it for the wild birds, and then I also save out the ones I recognize. Like I'm going to plant the sunflower seeds, and I'm going to plant the safflower seeds. Now these sunflower seeds are nice and big. These are great for human consumption, and you can eat some of them, sprout some of them, and plant some of them. I'm planting most of them. Another way to save money is to participate in seed and plant swaps. So I love going to these. Sometimes I don't make it if we have other obligations or whatever. But on the times that I have made it, I've never been disappointed. So I always find something that I would really like that I would have bought at a nursery, but I don't buy it. I get it for free. And in turn, I give away my seeds, my plants, maybe some containers that I'm not going to be using, or seeds. And that's what I've been doing lately is I've been giving away seeds, and I've been getting the plants. So recently I made up my own seed packets, and I do buy my plastic. If I'm going to buy plastic um, packages, I buy them from Hobby Lobby. They use them for beads and arts and crafts, but I reuse them and I use them for garden seeds. I bulk bought a bunch of moringa and lettuce seeds and all different types. So these were very, very popular at the seed and plant swap. Also, I like to buy frugal containers. If I buy something, it's from Temu or Amazon or Dollar Tree. These were old seeds I planted. Don't let anything go to waste. So make sure that you have a seed rotation. How to save money is to make sure you rotate through your seeds and that you plant all those old seeds before you plant the new ones. Look at the germination rate on those. They're wonderful. And I'm even using repurposing items that don't really make it for the garden. What was your favorite gardening tip from this video for saving money? And if you have any money saving gardening tips, please pop a comment below. You know what I say at the end of the videos. God bless you. Be good, be sweet. Grow a garden if you want to eat. And I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.